Gary, just a quick look back at Tuesday night then. A terrific performance. What pleased you most about it?
I think it sounds a bit cliche, but you have to say the character of the boys and the work rate, the togetherness. I think tactics and everything really goes out the window when you go to 10 men a little bit. You try and be tactically astute, but without the work rate and desire and togetherness, you don't get the result, and our lads had that in abundance.
And I know that belief and confidence is already high within the squad, but what does a win like that, the circumstances, what does that do for the team even more?
Yeah, well, they were in a good place already, but listen, that's a big win. Mentally, it'll take a little bit out of them physically with the ground they covered and the numbers they achieved. But listen, confidence is a big thing. As we spoke about it earlier, it's the hardest thing to get and the easiest thing to lose, and that would have done a little bit more for the confidence, and we move on.
I think the fans leaving the stadium sort of were of the opinion that it felt a little bit more than just a win. Of course, you still only get the 3 points, but the circumstances and the manner of it. Did you sort of have that same feeling, in the last sort of day or so, that maybe it was just a little bit more than a win, if you like?
It didn't surprise me at all. I didn't expect us to buckle and go under, which when teams go to 10 men, we've done it twice now. A long time in the sun on AstroTurf at Dorking, where it was like a circus. They stood up and were strong there. We took a point. And last night, so it doesn't really surprise me with this group. It really doesn't. One thing about them, they'll stick together and they'll fight and they'll work. I think once we come through the spell of after half time where we conceded the goal at a terrible time, they had a couple of half chances here and there, but I thought we controlled the game with 10 men, and that's credit to them.
Obviously, the manager's got his superstition at the minute, and if we carry on, we might not hear from him again all season. But what's he saying, sort of behind the scenes? What are his messages to the players at the moment?
Pretty much what goes through the club: consistency, habits. His beliefs in the game of if you stick to your habits, if you stick to the plan, and you work hard, we'll go to where we want to be. And at the minute, just keeping players' feet on the ground. The lads who are on the team keep working hard, and they're the habits what go through the club. And at the minute, the lads are doing more than enough.
What sort of areas? I think we spoke a couple of weeks ago about maybe stopping games becoming a little bit like a basketball game. I think you said, is that still sort of like the what you're working on and what you're looking to improve on?
100%. I thought we it went like that again on Tuesday. The game, especially when the sending off come, I think 6 minutes before it, the game had lost control, which we didn't really like. But we go over it today again. We've got to control games a little bit more. The turnover in the ball was a little bit too much for our liking. But the players we've got, the quality we've got, especially in the middle of the pitch, we shouldn't give them that many too many balls away. And once teams like that, who play 2 10s behind the 9, you give the ball away, they run through your gaps, and I think that's where the goal come from. One flick and one of the 10s has run through the gap and got in. He broke our last line, and it only comes from us being a little bit loose with the ball, but we work on it, we keep going, we try and get better, and hopefully we can cut them little tiny details out.
Obviously, Ollie Banks was sent off. Have you decided whether you're going to appeal the decision?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we believe he wasn't out of control in the tackle. 2 feet weren't off the ground. We've seen it at multiple angles, and if you look at it, Ollie's not that type of player. He's a ball-playing midfielder. We didn't think there's any malice in the tackle. We thought that the player made the most of it, so we've appealed it. We'll try and get him back for Saturday, and I think we might find out today or tomorrow, and fingers crossed, because he's playing really well, Ollie.
And have you had any sort of feedback from the officials as to why they thought it should have been sent off, and then how they sort of came to the decision? Because it seemed like maybe the fourth official was potentially involved.
No, nothing. I've never seen a fourth official referee a game. I think the red card, the yellow card, both come from him. He was making decisions, so I don't know why he didn't have the whistle. I've never seen it before, but that's what happens, mate. I don't know if it's at our level now. That's what happens, but I don't know. We've appealed it. We thought the referee and the lines were both in better positions than the fourth. So we didn't really understand it at the time, but hopefully we get away with it, because we firmly believe it's a fair tackle. There was no malice, and he wasn't out of control in the tackle, so 2 feet weren't off the ground, so we've got a firm base for a good argument.
And will you be seeking some clarification from the National League, etc., about how that decision came about, and sort of the role of the fourth official going forward?
Not really, no. We just want our player back, really. We just want a player back. He's a good player for us. Listen, people make mistakes, and hopefully that's what it was, just a mistake, and we move on and get our player back. But listen, it's in the past now. We make mistakes, our players make mistakes, officials make mistakes, and hopefully it all gets cleaned up and sorted for the best.
Did everyone else come through the game okay on Tuesday? Any knocks or niggles? No, there's a couple of tired legs. We'll manage them today. Day off yesterday, we'll manage them today. It'll be a second day recovery with a little bit of a session and a video room session going into Yeovil. But no, we look pretty fine. The lads worked extra hard. The data on the lads, the physical data was through the roof again, which it had to be. We had 10 men. The subs give us an absolute massive lift when they come on. Jez come on, so much energy and pace. Timmy done great. He broke the play up so much for us, recovered the ball so many times, and I think the man just subs at the time with perfect timing and great selection. Could either of Sante or Dobra potentially be involved this weekend?
We'll see today. We're hoping today. We've got a training group. I'm hoping for a little bit of luck with them. They've been doing really well. They've been down the training ground, so fingers crossed we can have them back.
And what sort of challenge are you expecting on Saturday from Yeovil then?
It's going to be a tough challenge, especially with the Tuesday game. They've travelled. We've had a tough one at home, so it's always tough. The Saturday, it's a long trip for us. They're a decent team who they don't score many goals, but they don't concede many. I've seen them against Wrexham. They done really well. I watched that game early on. We'll go through them again today, but it's like a National League game. It's going to be tough. There's not many easy games in this division. They'll have the threats, but we stick to our habits, principles. We go into the game, we get the lads back with the energy and the legs. They won't do overly too much now with the output from Tuesday, so we'll concentrate on ourselves, get everyone who we've got, and we'll go down there and we'll look to win the game again.